Today I'm working on one of these faucets, and what's happening is when you turn on the hot water, very little flow comes out. So we're going to figure out what's wrong with that and how to fix it. So first of all, take everything out from underneath. So you got a good place to work. I'm going to pause you and reset up. Hang on just a second. All right, let me get you set up here so you can see what's going on. So you can see how this works. The water comes up here, it goes into that valve, and then that valve lets the hot water go into here, which this is the little piece that lets the water out. And then this line here is the cold water. It does the same thing, mixes up in here, and then that goes into the spout. So we need to take off the hot water heater and figure out, or the hot water line, figure out what the problem is. So first thing we do, I've already loosened this. Now what you might need to do, there's a flat spot here on this piece because it'll spin, that brass piece will spin. So you may have to take you one of these. You will have to take you a crescent wrench, stick it up there to hold that, and then use pliers or another wrench to unscrew this, right? So first thing is you unscrew this, take this off, and then get you a container, like a pitcher or something. Put this in the pitcher. Turn off the water, of course, first here. Put this into your pitcher, turn this valve on, and make sure there's no sediment in this line that could be clogging it. In this case, there wasn't any sediment. So now, hopefully, you can see this brass piece right here. And this brass piece is what this piece screws into, and you see it spins, right? And it's got an O-ring in there. So what you do is there's a little clip right here. You pull that clip off, you set that clip down, don't lose it, and then this brass piece you can pull off just like that, and you'll see there's a little rubber O-ring. So if yours is leaking up here, it could be this little O-ring, and you can go to Home Depot and get you thousands of O-rings really cheap. Just take that O-ring off, take it down to Home Depot, and they'll help you get one set up. Now if you look in this brass piece, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but there's a very fine screen in there. And this one was clogged. It had sediment in there. So I took a brush and I put it in there and scrubbed it all out and got all that stuff out. So I don't know if you can see through there or not, but it's clean now. And there was a bunch of sediment in there. And I blew backwards through it and got it all cleaned out. So now I'm going to put this back together. So we're going to put this thing there, again, over the O-ring. Get it pushed up in there really well. Take the clip, right? Take the clip and clip it in there. So it holds that brass piece in there. And then we'll give it a pull. Oh, no, see, I didn't get it in there. That wouldn't have been good. Let's try that again. I don't think I've got that in there all the way. Maybe I don't have it on the right side. Yeah, that's a problem. There it goes. I didn't have it on the right side. So definitely want to make sure you get it on the right side. So put it in there, put this through there. Let's see if I can, there we go. Now it's on there. See, now I can't pull that brass piece out. So now I'll take this, thread this onto the brass piece. Now the brass piece obviously will start to spin. So I'll need to take my crescent wrench. And in this case, I'm just using some slip joint pliers. And I'll spin this around to where I can get a grip on that brass piece. And then I'll screw this silver piece on there. There you go. You don't want it to come loose. Ow, ow, ow. There we go. And now I'm going to turn on the water, check for leaks. No leaks there. Let me turn on the other valve. I had them both off just in case. No leaks. Oh, you can't see, my hand was probably in the way. No leaks there, so I'm going to pause you for a second. And then we're going to go up top and see. All right, we're back on top now. And we're going to go ahead and turn it on, and we have normal flow now. Unfortunately, I had it all taken apart before I decided to film it. But as you can see, the water's coming out. Before, the water was coming out like this, about like that. It would just barely come out. It was just such a trickle. But now it's coming out full blast. I would not recommend, here's the cold water. You see the cold water's coming out the same level. I would not recommend knocking that filter out of that brass piece, because then sediment will get up. Those are little tiny lines going, holes going into those fittings. So you don't want sediment in there. So that's why they have that fine mesh. So just take it out, scrub it out, get it clean, put it back together, and you should be good to go.